Next for auto JHS 3. They are going to read a book about pride and prejudice. Now, let's welcome the JHS 3. Give a round of applause for them.
I have a good idea. How about we do a book reading? Yes, book reading. I have an interesting book. The name is Pride and Prejudice.
Has everyone got their script? Okay. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Then Kevin will be the third. Because why not?
What about Derek? Alright, I'll be the fourth.
Okay, then who's number 5? Oh yeah, me. Well then I'll take it.
And I'm the next.
Okay. Melvin will be 7th.
You're the 8th?
Why do I always have to be the last?
Okay. Stop and let's start.
And prejudice, James Buckley, chapter 1. Possession of a good purpose must be one of the one. However, we do know the feelings or views of such a man may be on his first entering a memory. This truth is so well fixed in the mind of his running families that he is considered as the rightful property of someone or other of their bodies. "My dear Mr. Bennett," said this lady to him one day, "have you heard that the gentleman will part of that at last?" Replied that he had not. "But it is," returned he, "for Mrs. Lomax has been here and she told me all about it." Mr. Bennett made no answer.
Not Montessori has taken where his wife had not objection to it. His words invitation is, "Why, my dear? You must know. Mrs. Long says that Harapan is taken by a young man of large fortune from the north of England, that he came down on Monday in a chaise and four to see the place, and was so much delighted with it, that he agreed with Mr. Morris immediately, that he is to take possession before Michaelmas, and some of his servants are to be in the house by the end of next week."
On his estate, the idea, to be sure, a single man of large fortune, 4 or 5,000 a year, what a fine thing for our girls. "How so?" prompted the factor. "My dear Mr. Bennett," replied his wife, "how can you be so tiresome? You must know that I am thinking of his marrying one of them. Is that his design or something there?"
Design? Nonsense. How can you talk so? Well, it's very likely that he may fall in love with one of them, and therefore you must visit him as soon as he comes. I see, no occasion for that. You and the girls may go, or you may stand by themselves, which perhaps will be still better. For us, you are as handsome as any of them. Mr. Bingley, I'd like you the best of the party. My dear, you flatter me. I certainly have had my share of beauty, but I do not pretend to be anything extraordinary now. When a woman has 5 grown-up daughters, she ought to give overthinking of her own beauty.
But, my dear, you must even go and see Mr. Bingley as soon as he comes into the neighborhood. It is more than an engagement, I assure you. But consider your daughters. Only think what an establishment it will be for one of them. Sir William and Lady Douglas are determined to go, merely on that account, for in general, they visit no newcomers. Indeed, you must go, for it will be impossible for us to meet him if you do not.
You are over-scrupulous, surely. I dare say Mr. Bingley will be very glad to see you, and I will send a few lines by assuring him of my hearty consent to his marrying whichever he chooses of the girls. Though, I must throw in a good word for my little Lizzie. I think so, you will do no such a thing. Lizzie is not a bit better than the others, and I'm sure she is not half so handsome as Jane, nor half so good-humored as Lydia. But you are always giving her
replied he. They are all silly and ignorant like other girls. But Lizzie has something more of purpose than her sisters. Mr. Bennett, how can you abuse your children in such a way? You take delight in vexing me. You have no compassion on my poor nerves. You mistake me, my dear. I have a high respect for your nerves. They are my old friends. I have heard you mention them with consideration these 20 years at least.
Oh, you do not know what I suffer. But I hope you will get over it and live to see many young men of 4,000 a year come into the neighborhood. It will be no use to us if 20 such should come. Since you will not visit them, depend upon it, my dear, that when there are 20, I will visit them all.
This sarcastic humor, reserve, and caprice. That the experience of 3 and 20 years had been insufficient to make his wife understand his character. Her mind was less difficult to withdraw. She was a woman of mean understanding, dull information, and uncertain temper. When she was so discontented, she fancied herself nervous. The business of her life was to get her done. Its solace was visiting and news.
Boys, what did you think about the story today that we read?
Great.
For real. And what about Darren? Can someone give the mic to Darren?
Was a good story for me. Yeah.
Okay, that's a good answer, right? Yeah. Yes. Acceptable. Well, what do you guys think? Should we do this again?
I think we should do this again.